Your husband does not respect you. I kind of hated it. We gotta talk about The Shining. Failure equals sleep. Remember that. Stop. Don't tell me anything about your themes. Show me. Hello, this is my intro to my Summerween vlog. This will be the only Summerweenie t-shirt that you will see. This is not my most high energy effort into Summerween vlogs. I did manage to read 6 books, 5.5 books. You'll see at the end of the video. I still don't have a final count on that because my brain is like, ugh. I've read some pretty good books. I'm sure I'll have better Summerweens in the future, and better Summerweens definitely were in the past in terms of output and books I enjoyed, but that doesn't mean this still won't be an entertaining video. I have a very outsized reaction to a book that almost everybody loves, so stay tuned for that. And with that, let's go back about a week. It's Summerween Eve. I'm starting this party early. I don't really feel like reading any of my non-Summerween books, so I'm kicking off this party with Dissection of a Murder by Jo Murray. I have been looking forward to this since I bought this book in May. So it's time. We're starting off with a mystery thriller. I think this book is about a judge and a lawyer, and I think something about husband and wives. But I will talk to you more about it once I am further in. I'm gonna go wash my face and get ready for bed. It's bedtime. And then I'm gonna read until I get sleepy. And then I will check in either tonight before I go to sleep, or more likely tomorrow morning. So I'm dog sitting. You guys have met them before, but you probably don't remember. That's Dottie. She's a Muppet. That's Daisy. Yes. So we're gonna watch them while I talk to you about the books that I'm reading, because I've started another book. I am not very super far into Dissection of a Murder, so I'm gonna hold off on talking about that yet. I'm like only a chapter in, so. But hi, sweetheart. Yes. Hi. But I am also reading Wisdom Corner. I will put up the cover on the screen. And this is the long-awaited sequel to 2020's Winter Counts by David Heska Wanbley-Wyden. I think that's how you say his name. It follows Virgil, Wounded Horse, who lives on the Rosebud Reservation. He is Lakota, and he was, as of the last book, you guys can go play. He was a enforcer because on tribal land, basically certain crimes, certain really serious crimes, have to be investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, like rape, murder, like felon, big ones, you know, big ones. And if they choose not to investigate, then crimes go unpunished. So people would hire Virgil to get justice for them. And he did that through violence. And then at the end of the last book, he promised his girlfriend Marie that he would stop. So, isn't Courtney's house cute? I don't know how to turn the TV on, or I would watch that giant TV. Guys, why don't you do your thing? Do your thing. Oh, good one. Yeah, so I'm really liking it. This one involves the discovery of, sadly, dead Indian children on the lands of an Indian school that's rights are contentious right now, and a medicine man in the tribe is murdered who is Virgil's friend. So that's what we're investigating. I'm enjoying it very much. It's a very quick listen. Say, what are we gonna do now? Are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? By the way, one time I showed these guys on my video, and somebody left the weirdest comment. They said, I didn't like the dog noises. They freaked me out. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to censor dog noises. Sorry. Sorry if you're still watching. For some reason, I doubt you are. Right, Daisy? Right, Dottie? Okay, let's go read. Okay. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm reading while I'm sleeping here. But I just wanted to check in about, I keep forgetting the words. Dissection of a Murder by Jo Murray. So here's what's going on. I had it a little bit wrong. So there's a judge is murdered. He was a bit of a dick, but he was powerful. And the main character's name is Layla, and she is married to a man that is 11 years older than her, and he was her pupil master, which is a thing in England that we don't do here anyway. It's a little bit sketch. They like defend it that they didn't get together till 5 years after they weren't pupil and teacher anymore, and it's not really a teacher-student relationship, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, point is she's married to this guy that's 11 years older than her, and he is a prosecutor and she is a defense attorney. And when the guy who she knows is accused of murdering this judge, he requests her to defend him. And of course, her husband is prosecuting. You know, I just mostly think that her husband is and I really don't like him, and I want them to get divorced. So that's how we're starting this book. He's an asshole, and he's manipulative, and I'm like, girl, get someone your own age. Like, her justification for being with him is that they hate the same film. She's like, it's not just a legal partnership. We hate the same films. She also said they like traveling, but I mean, all of that seems shallow to me. Like, what kind of a person is he? Oh, a shitty one. The end. Also, why did his ex-wife leave him? I'm pretty sure the answer is because he's a dick. Anyway, I'm not super far in it. I'm only on page 53, but I did want to check in. Look at this. I keep trying to get this cute painting in the frame, but I can't, so I'm not that talented. I'm cuddling with the doggy and reading this book. She keeps licking my hand because she wants me to pet her. So I'm gonna go do that. Probably check in the morning. I just had the urge to update, you guys. So my hair's still wet. I'm about to dry it. I'm waiting for it to crisp up a little and then I'm gonna dry it. But I just wanted to check in with you about this book a little bit. I did not get very much farther after I updated you last night. It's fine. It's not like super grabbing me yet, but the trial hasn't even started yet, and like it's more about the personal relationships right now, which that's not what I was wanting. But I did want to update you. I finished Wisdom Corner this morning. This was a really fast listen. I anticipated being compelled by this one, and instead I was compelled by Wisdom Corner. Listened to it on audio, so that helped, and I was playing phone games while I listened to it. But it was just as good as Winter Counts. If you liked Winter Counts, check this one out. I hope we don't have to wait 6 years for the next one. Once I dry my hair, I'm about to have lunch. I'm trying to decide if I just want to watch an episode of Stargate, which is what I'm currently binging right now, or I'm also having an urge to watch The French Connection or Superman, because I'm going to see Supergirl tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to decide. I think I'm actually kind of in the mood to read. So I'll probably watch an episode of Stargate while I eat my hot dogs and my potato salad. And then for dinner, I'm going to be a bad girl. And I'm just, well, you'll see. You'll see. So whatever, I'll probably watch Superman tonight. Because that feels like it's the 4th of July, by the way. That feels like a 4th of July kind of movie. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then meanwhile, I'll spend it until I feel like reading again after lunch. I'll spend the day watching a Canadian television show. I don't know what audiobook I'm going to start now. Probably a mystery, probably another mystery. Also, I'm going to check, next time I check in with you, we're going to talk about the challenges for Summerween, because that's the thing. Also, you know by the time you're watching this, but I do not know right now if I want to, I think I'm going to do all of Summerween in one vlog. Even though I don't usually do that, I think that's what I'm going to do, because I need to also film my mid-year freakout tag, and I don't want to edit 3 videos this week. I really hate editing videos, but like I can't, it really killed me to not edit that video, the last video that I put up, because I like creating the rhythm of it, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff I say is better when I edit it because of the rhythm. And like, so you don't have to hear the ums and the ahs and all that stuff. Also, it's really sweet that you guys think that I'm worried about you. when I'm worried about me with long videos. I mean, I know that book nerds like book content, and the more book, I get mad when my favorite booktubers videos are over sometimes. So I get that. I just, when I'm thinking about me, because me has to edit a long video and I'm a perfectionist when I get going, so it's really taxing. You guys are cute. You assume the best of me. And what I really meant was, I don't like long videos. You know what I need to get better at is editing as I go. Maybe I will start that. I'll try that right now. Because I'm going to eat real fast. So maybe I'll upload and start editing while I watch Stargate. I don't know. We'll see. Check in later. Bye. Decision made. Third. Keep going. He dirty. You need a bath. Where are you going? Sorry, bub. Sorry, bub. Sorry. She left you. Happy dinner to me. I realized I didn't have a cherry, which is sad, but it's got nuts, blueberries, chocolate chips, macerated strawberries, and strawberry chocolate and vanilla ice cream. And of course a banana, which has not fared well, and that's dairy-free whipped cream. I don't know. Also, the chocolate and the vanilla are A2 ice cream, so maybe that'll help. Anyway, I'm watching Stargate now. Haven't read much. Bye. Come on, doggies. Oh my god. Let's go look at the fireworks. Little monsters. Come on. I'm gonna be like that guy on TikTok. Your husband does not respect you, Layla. He doesn't respect you. Divorce his ass. Hi. It's been a little bit. This is definitely going to be a one video because I don't have enough footage to do two. So, I finished Dissection of a Murder. I kind of hated it, but not really. I don't know. This is the kind of thriller that I do not like. And I did not think it was going to be that kind of thriller going in. And so I wanted a legal thriller. That's what I wanted. There was like this much legal thriller and this much domestic thriller. I don't like domestic thrillers. It's all cheating and backstabbing and I don't even like, I don't like that stuff. I like clever people being clever in a courtroom. I'm going to give this a 3. Maybe it's a 2.75, rounded up to a 3. I don't know. I might go down in my estimation once I have a chance to sit with it. I literally just finished it. But I cannot tell you why I did not like the ending. But I really don't like the ending. Spoilers. Spoilers. So skip ahead to here. I'm going to be talking about a trope in thrillers that I hate. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I am going to spoil a trope that will give away probably something big. So here, this is a book where the author, the narrator is not honest. Now, it's one thing to have an unreliable narrator. Okay, unreliable narrators can be really fun because they just don't tell you stuff, or they have altered mind states, so they think what's happening is true. Or they have altered mind states so that they don't know what's real and what's not. Or they have memory issues or something, okay? That I can get behind if done well, especially if done well. This is a straight up lying narrator, and I hate that. I am a mystery reader. not really a thriller reader. I will read thrillers, but they are not my favorite. I do not have any particular love for their tropes or structures, okay? I tend to like thrillers that are not like other thrillers. This does that. It's like the whole book until like here, the main character narrator is lying to us, actively obfuscating what is actually going on and telling us things that she was feeling that she did not actually feel. And that makes me angry because it isn't fair play. I'm a big believer in fair play mysteries. The reader should have a chance to figure it out. And if they are actively being lied to, that betrays trust. That betrays a contract between the reader and the author. And second of all, it makes no sense. Who is she telling this to? Me? She doesn't fucking know me. Is she writing a book? No, she's not writing a book. She's not writing a book. What is the purpose besides tricking the reader of this woman narrating this story untruthfully? Thanks, I hated it. So you're safe now. Also, I had a hard time getting through the first like 60% of this. It wasn't very compelling. So I feel like maybe I should give it like a 2.5 and not a 3. Now that I've talked myself into a flurry of anger. Not happy about this. Let's talk about a book that's great and that if things continue like this, I will probably be giving 5 stars. And that's Moonlight Murder by Uzma Jalaluddin. I do not remember if I told you I was reading this. Probably not, because I've been really bad about filming. I've just been, to be quite honest with you, watching infinite episodes of Stargate SG-1 and reading Stargate SG-1 fanfic. Stayed up 3 hours past my bedtime last night reading Stargate fanfic. And then I was like, oh, I'll sleep in an hour or two because I like to get up early and read and have tea and stuff. And then what happened? Oh, Ashley, you idiot. You scheduled 6 months ago your dentist checkup at 7:30 in the morning. So you got to get up, bitch. I love this book. I love this series. For those of you who haven't heard me talk about this series before, it was a total surprise how much I ended up loving this. This was one of my favorite books of last year, the first book, Detective Auntie. It's by an author, Uzma Jalaluddin, who was previously a romance author, and I read one of her romances and it was fine. But the best part of that book was the not romance stuff. So as soon as I saw that she was writing a mystery, I was like, oh, I want to give me this. And it turned out to be so good. Just like a sweet character study about an older woman dealing with grief and being very sharp and smart and solving murder. So what's not to love about that? Plus, like, I love the portrait of the Golden Crescent community in Toronto, which is filled with Muslims and all kinds of diverse ethnicities that I do not meet those kinds of people in my daily life. And it's just fun. It's just fun to read about. This book follows, because the premise of her is that she sort of lost 20 years of her life to grief and depression, really bad depression, after her, I think he was 15, maybe he was 16-year-old son was killed, supposedly by a hit-and-run driver. But she thinks that there may be something more to it. And that was sort of a background thread running throughout the first book. And then this book, where another teenage boy has lost his life, has finally, like, kicked her into gear where she is wanting to finally dig into her son's death and see what she can find. It's kind of got the trappings of a cozy mystery, but it's not a cozy mystery because the stuff that it's being dealt with is like, it's being dealt with in a really sophisticated, very emotionally hard-hitting way, but it's also funny, and I love the narrator. She's so pleasant. I just love it. So now let's talk about Summerween, because I have yet to talk about it. This is July's calendar for this channel, and I have written down the prompts for Summerween, so let's see if we can fill them. I do not know what I'm going to be reading after. That's a lie. I have to read something. False. I'll talk to you about it in a second, but after these next 3 books, which I don't know how many I can get through, I've been going at a snail's pace, and Saturday and Sunday were supposed to be my big reading days, and I did nothing except for watch Stargate SG-1 and Superman and Supergirl, which you saw at the beginning. That was so fun. Millie Alcock is so good. I've never really been emotionally connected to the Supergirl character before, but she did such a good job. That reminds me, I keep forgetting to look up who wrote and directed that movie. I was like, I'm gonna look in the credits. I'm gonna look in IMDb, and I just keep forgetting. Okay, while I'm looking this up, prompts for Summerween. Number 1, read a book in the dark. Haven't done that yet. I'm probably gonna listen to Moonlight Murder, that's a fun title. Maybe I'll go sit on my porch. I have this little fake lamp, like firelight lamp. Maybe I'll go listen to it out there. That'll be fun. But it's kind of hot. I don't know. We'll see. Also, there's a giant dead Palo Verde beetle on my porch. So Google that if you don't know what it looks like. I'm scared of it, even though it's dead. Directed by Craig Gillespie, written by Anna Noguera. I can't say her name. Sorry. Good job, guys. What's Craig Gillespie done? Oh, he looks familiar. Oh, he directed Lars and the Real Girl and I, Tonya. Wow. Okay. What has Anna Noguera written? Vampire Diaries. Oh, and she originated Eliza Hamilton in the original workshop of Hamilton? That's cool. Apparently she is working on the untitled Teen Titans movie and Wonder Woman. Interesting. It was good. It was like very alien though. It's not set on Earth for most of it. But Millie Alcock, she's just a star. I really liked her when I watched the first half of season 1 of House of the Dragon, but I need to get back to that show, by the way. But yeah, she's good. Okay. Anyway, book in the dark. Number 2, read a horror thriller. I'm going to be doing that with the next 2 books that I'm reading. And then, I mean, that was a thriller that I just read, but who cares? Number 3, a new to me author. Okay, let's use, where did I go? Oh, this is a new to me author. So, boom. Let's write that down. New to me author, Joe Murray. Check. Number 1 completed. And then read a book with pink on the cover. I have a couple of contenders for this, but I'm definitely going to be getting to it. I have at least 3 horror books with pink on the cover in a prominent way. Number 5, which I do not know what I'm going to do about that one. It is read a book that is less than 250 pages. I have a art copy of Tillinghast by Claire something, which is a freaky looking vampire novel. And I have been meaning to read it. It's been on my currently reading on Goodreads for ages now. But that book is 260 pages. It's hard for me to tell though if all of those pages are book, because you know sometimes at the end they do like notes, and I never count that as like part of the book. So I don't know, it might count. Otherwise I'm gonna have to find something else, and I don't know if I have any other horror novellas. I read 2 5-star horror thriller novellas already this year, but I already read them, so I can't read them again for the first time. That's what I've got. So I've got 1 knocked off. I've got to read a book in the dark now, a horror or thriller, a pink book with pink on it, and then a book that's less than 250 pages. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just here to have fun with really like mysteries and some horror. I don't think I will be reading another thriller in this vlog, even though I have a big list of all the books I could potentially be reading for Summerween. Take a gander at that. I will check in with you once I have chosen. Oh wait, false. I do know my next book. This is the last part of this update. Okay, so I'm really going to try very hard to get to Headlights by CJ Lead for Summerween. I have the audio arc, which it's already been released, and I have a copy from Aardvark, so I might tandem read that one. I don't know, or I might just pick a format. But I've heard that it is like kind of an homage to The Shining, and I have been halfway through The Shining for like almost a year. So I need to finish this. I'm not going to reread this first part. I remember it very vividly. I even tried to film a blog where I read The Shining and read Dr. Sleep and then I just couldn't do it. I was having a really hard time pushing forward in this because of the main character and the alcoholism, and then just the like general different feeling that I get about this one than from his other books. So I don't know. I'll have more thoughts once I'm back into it, but I'm on page 232 apparently out of 497. So I have like a little over half the book to read. And then once I finish this, I can finally watch the movie. But more importantly, then I feel like I can be fully prepared. If I hadn't started this yet, I wouldn't bother reading it before Headlights, but because I'm already halfway through, I feel like this is my chance to finish it. So that's what's next in terms of hard copy books. And then I'll probably, well, maybe I might check in partway through this one, but definitely by the end. See you later. Yo, we gotta talk about The Shining. I don't like this book, and it's not because it's not good. I liked the first half. I remember, well, the first third, before they got to the hotel. And it was bothering me, like, why don't I like this? Is it because of the alcoholism? Full disclosure, my dad was an alcoholic, so I am very familiar. I was like, oh, is this trick? But it's not. It's not that. That's certainly not pleasant, but it's not that. I was like, what is going on? Why am I getting this bad feeling while reading this book? The only other time I've had such a bad feeling reading a book from Stephen King was Pet Sematary. But this is different feeling, different bad feeling. So what I'm thinking, and I had a flash today. And I know I've talked before on my channel about how much I hate possession stories. And I don't know what made the connection in my brain, but this is a possession story. This is not a haunting. This is not a haunted hotel. This is about a hotel possessing a man and ruining his family. And that is just, the reason I hate possession stories, this is something I realized while I was reading Paul Tremblay's A Head Full of Ghosts, a book which I hate, even though it's perfectly well written, is because the possession stories, like 98 out of 100 times, I recently read one that wasn't that though, so it's not all the time, but like most of the time oh look, wait, did I just see Pippin? Most of the time they are about the dissolution, the corruption of things, the ending, the unraveling, it's entropy. Possession stories are about entropy, and I fucking hate entropy. It's just like, what is the point of just watching things slowly unravel? I do not like it. I do not find anything cathartic in it. I do not think it's fun to read. I do not like it. So I don't like The Shining. Because it's a possession story. And spoilers, the fucking hotel, like, wants Danny, the little kid. And I'm like 70% of the way through, by the way. I gave it a good go at lunch to read. Like, honestly read. And then I just started speed reading. And stopping at key scenes. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the book. Because I don't want to DNF a Stephen King book. But because I want to read all of his books, but I don't like it. I don't like it. What is the point of a possession story? It's a point I don't care about, if there is one. It feels nasty to me, possession stories. So anyway, yeah, the hotel's possessing Jack Torrance, in other words. So it's not even the lady in room 217. It's the hotel. And I'm like, why? I don't like being scared. I do not read horror to be scared. Okay? First of all, a lot of it doesn't scare me because it's not real. Second of all, being scared is not fun. It's not a thrill. It's scary. Third of all, I read horror to explore human darkness. And a lot of horror has such great things to say about that. And I do not care to ponder further what is meant by this book and its I mean, it's there. The darkness is there. Everything falls apart. Is that the lesson? Is that why you fuckers like possession stories? Anyway, I hate it. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow morning real quick, and then I'm gonna move on with my life. And I'm gonna read Headlights. Hopefully I don't hate Headlights. I don't think that's a possession story though. No one's more upset about this than me, can I just tell you. Man, fuck possession stories. Hello, yes, quick check-in. So it's the next night. I have finished The Shining. I've finished The Shining. I sped read it. I sped read the last 30%. I might read it again sometime later. If I ever do a full Stephen King reread, I might just, I'm done with it. I'm done with it for now. And then I started Headlights. So this is a straight up, like, the mom in this book of the main character named her son Danny, sort of, because of The Shining, and she like thought he was psychic. So, but the majority of this book, which we will talk about later once I'm further into it, I'm only like 12%. I'm listening to the audio because I got an audio arc of it before I knew Aardvark was gonna have it. It's pretty gross. It's like a, we'll talk about it later. And then I was also, okay, come with me to feed the Kit Kats. Hello, Kit Kats. Hello. Hello. Oh, ready? I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay. So, dirty bowl's out. And butter is an extremely messy eater, so we got to clean all that up. Be right back. Okay, so they're clean now. You just put the food in. Butter gets less food because she's a little tubbo. Although she's slimmed up. Haven't you guys? See, I've slimmed up. Pippin's fattening up. Everything's the way it should be. Yeah. Say, shut up and feed us. Okay, then you just press the little button. Ready? Goes back down. And then let's watch. Good job. Took him 2 weeks to learn that, and he's not hungry, so okay, bye. Hello, it me. Coming to you now with an important scientific announcement. And that is that I've found a cure for insomnia. I'm in frame. I can't. It's fine. I'm sorry, I always, when I lay down, I got the T-Rex arms. Neurodivergence. Especially autistics, you know. You gotta, the hands have to be here. Anyway, you ready for this cure? I don't know if you have to be neurodivergent for it to work, so no promises, but it is to have a goal to read the rest of a book. And you have to read it in a certain amount of time or you will fail something big. There you go, that's better. Or you will fail. And then something will happen in your brain and you will say, the one thing that I cannot have is sleep. And that is now the thing that I want the most. I would do anything for sleep. I'm going to fail. I'm going to choose failure and sleep. And it's going to feel so good. Failure equals sleep. Remember that. I'm going to close out this vlog tomorrow when I edit this. Hold on. This is really annoying. Oh, this is comfy. Do you know, like, the most comfy positions when you lay down is always the kind you get into accidentally, right? And then when you try to, like, if you have to get up to pee or something like that, like, you can't recreate it. Like, I don't... My one arm is over my right arm. My left arm is over my right arm. I've got my hand, like, sticking out into space and sort of, like, dangling because my elbow is, like, propping it up. And then, like, the way this pillow is cradling my right eye is perfect. This would probably give me pimples though. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so tomorrow I will wrap up the vlog, but I wanted to check in real quick to say that I am 29% through this puppy. I was going to try and finish this today, but not because I was tired I didn't finish it. It's because it was really intense and I couldn't. It's not a one-day read. Like, even though I was listening to it, even though I was listening to the book and not reading it physically, and I can normally get through audiobooks really fast, it was just like the atmosphere of it and the emotions in it, and like it was when you put your hair in a bun, it does that. It was just really intense and I was feeling gross and bad, so I said, fuck this, and I'm just gonna tell everyone I'm not finishing the book for Summerween. So you could hear how I ended up thinking about it for realsies in my wrap up, because I don't think I'll finish it in time for wrapping up the video tomorrow afternoon. So, oh, and it probably won't even be afternoon because tomorrow I'm going with Lindsay to our local bookstore to see Naomi Kritzer. She wrote Obstetrics, which I gave 5 stars, if you will recall, and she's going to be here, and I bought a copy of the book and she's going to sign it. So it's going to be fun. But anyway, what was I saying? I'm getting less sleepy now that I'm talking, but I still don't want to finish my book. Oh yeah, so I'll talk to you about Headlights, but I really, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the ending. I'm still too early on. Like, the writing style isn't my fave, but I'm interested in the story, but I'm less interested in the story than I was earlier today now, so we'll see how that goes. And then I also wanted to tell you that I finished and read and finished at lunchtime a 2-act play by Ira Levin called Death Trap, and it is a thriller. So it was 154 pages, so that counts for a book shorter than 250 pages. So I have done all of my challenges once I show you this last book. And do you guys ever pet your feet with your other foot? Do you guys ever do that? Anyway, I'm just straight up vlogging now with my eyes closed. Sorry, also, I'm really loopy. Right? I'm gonna have weird dreams because I was just watching. I'm a member of Gavin Reads It All's channel, and he's releasing all his vlogs of Halloween early to members, and I was just watching him go 1,300 feet underground into this really cool place, and he was like giving up on his book and he was sleepy, and I was like, this is just reinforcing my desire to fail and go to bed. Except he's in a cavern underground 1,300 feet and I'm above sea level. I don't know how far. I live at the foothills of the mountains in Tucson, so I don't know. Anyway, I finished that book and it was good. I wasn't sure about the ending. Apparently the ending to the movie, which stars Michael Caine and Christopher Reeve and Diane Cannon, the ending is different. So maybe I watch that soon. It's on YouTube. Death Trap. And, something funny about Death Trap. I will talk about it more tomorrow, but something funny before I forget is that it's a meta play. It's a comedic meta play. And there's a scene early on where they're talking about this script within a script. And one of the characters goes, oh, we could make this, it would make a great TV show. Oh, there was a hair in my mouth. It would make a great movie. And Michael Caine could play this guy. And then, even though that script was not, that character was not the same character, because that was a script, like I said, within a script, and those characters aren't really named very much. Michael Caine was in the movie. He played the character who was saying, let's play Michael Caine should play. Anyway. Okay, and then the last thing I have to talk about. Oh, my bobby pins are disappearing. They're always going away, and they run away from me, and I don't know what to do about it, except buy more bobby pins. I'm reading Marion. Oh, I'm so close you can't even see it. Marion. This is a reimagining of Psycho by Leah Rowan. Marion isn't even her name, by the way. Marion is a pseudonym. Is it a pseudonym when you're not writing? It's an alias. It's an alias. That's what I was looking for. Alias, but with Jennifer Garner. I'm liking this, and actually once I wash my face, because I have to go wash my face, I might get some more in. But I'm on page 124, and the book is 322 pages, so I do not think... I scratch that. I know I'm not finishing it before I go to sleep, so... what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. But I'm gonna go wash my face. And then I'm going to maybe read until I'm... Well, actually, maybe I won't. Well, it depends on how tired I am when I get back. Because sometimes the face washing wakes me up. And sometimes I just go straight to sleep, like within a minute. I'll check in tomorrow afternoon to close out this half-assed Summerween vlog. Bye. Let's close out my most half-assed Summerween vlog ever. It was 10:40, by the way. Whew. It's on Saturday, and I meant to film a video all day, but instead I watched movies. I've been watching all of Rob Reiner's movies, and I finished Princess Bride, and then I went to go get the mail, and when I came back, Ever After was playing, so I had to watch Ever After. Let's do this though. Okay, so what did I read? I think I read like 6.5 things, maybe 5.5 things. So the first thing was Dissection of a Murder by Joe Murray, which I'm giving 2.5 stars. Would have been a 3 if it hadn't been for the ending. The ending was a bummer, and I hate when thrillers do that kind of crap. So that's the first book. Then I listened to Wisdom Corner by David Haskell Wanbley Wyden. This was a very good listen. His books don't ever seem to reach 5s for me, but I always really enjoy them. So I will keep reading them as long as he writes them. That was 4 stars. Then I listened to Moonlight Murder by Uzma Jalaluddin, and I did listen to it, but I also pre-ordered it because I love this series. And I gave this one a 4.5. It didn't quite hit a 5 for me. Not sure why. It just didn't feel like I should give it a 5. Maybe because there was 2 mysteries, so the impact of both, even though they were sort of connected, sort of thematically, you know, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. If it gets better in my mind over time, I might bump it up, but it's a 4.5 for now. Anyway, highly recommend the Detective Auntie mystery series. She's, I think, a better mystery writer than she was a romance writer. Then I read The Shining, and much to my surprise, even though I'm giving it 4 stars because I recognize that it's well written, I didn't like reading it. We've already heard about that from me. I'm like, no. It was very, I mean, there were parts of it, like especially at the beginning when he was doing his storyteller thing where I was real into it. But then as like the hotel started making itself known, and like here's another thing I don't like about possession. It turns people into things they don't want to be, that they are fighting not to be, or that they aren't. And they have no control over it. And I get that that's supposed to be a metaphor for some stuff, but I don't like it, and it sucks. But I'm giving it 4 stars. I read that because I wanted to read Headlights and be able to appreciate it. But this book is a lot, and I think I'm going to switch to the hard copy because the writing style in this, when things get intense, gets really choppy, and the narrator of the audiobook is kind of monotone, and he's annoying me. So I'm at like 29%, I think. So I will just read the rest of this. It's feeling like a 4. It could go up to a 4.5 or down to 3.5, but I'm pretty sure that's the range. I don't think it can go significantly lower. Stuff would have to go really wrong, and I don't think it can get significantly higher. Something would have to hook me more emotionally than it currently has. Right now I'm just intrigued, but so far it's a good time. Oh, I read Death Trap by Ira Levin. So this was read a horror thriller. This was read a book in the dark. I took a walk, and it was very hot outside even though it was 9 o'clock. So fuck you, Arizona. I don't remember what I was using this. Oh, author new to you. This next one is a book with pink on the cover. Marion by Leah Rowan. I'm so torn on this because I feel like I'm sort of punishing the book for trying to take on too much and trying to be more complex and trying to be ambitious, because it didn't really pull off the things that it was trying to do, but the fact that it was trying to do them at all should count for something, I think. And it just felt really first novel-y. This is a modern retelling of Psycho, but instead of Norman Bates killing Marion in his shower, she sees him coming, and his name is Billings, not Bates, and kills him. But there's a lot of other stuff going on. I started to get more emotionally into it towards the end of the book because some stuff happened that I didn't see coming. It is a bit of a slower thriller, but I think the problem with that is not necessarily the pacing, it's the writing. This was very, very first novel-y. It overstated some things. Like, if I would have been this book's editor, I would have cut so many sentences, and I also would have said, take this whole paragraph and reframe it so that you are showing us the information that you want us to know, not telling us. There is this big monologue at the end where, I mean, this isn't a spoiler because it says Norman was her first on the cover, implying that there's more afterwards. She has just killed a man, and she's talking about all of this feminist 101 stuff, just saying it out loud as she's killing this guy, and I'm like, this is so unimpactful. This moment could have been everything, and instead, because you felt the need, you didn't trust your own story, or you don't know how to write a story so that it's impactful, instead, I'm totally out of the story and thinking about, this is all stuff I already know. Stop. Don't tell me anything about your themes. Show me, okay? Tell, not show doesn't mean you have to show all the time. There are certain points where telling is really helpful, but the climax of the story is not one of them. So I'm really torn on the rating. Part of me wants to give it a 3.5 and round up to 4. Part of me wants to give it a 3.75 because I will read more from this author and the premise is fun, but also this is like a pretty basic rendition of that premise. Even if the premise itself is ambition, it's not very complex in execution. I don't know. I have so many thoughts, and I feel bad because this book had the opposite problem where the prose was fine, but it wasn't trying to be anything special, and it was trying to do something ambitious in terms of plot twists such that it broke the trust of the reader, and this one didn't go far enough in terms of testing the reader's trust, and it also tried to be more profound than it actually was. At least this was not trying to be profound. I don't know. I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted. Editing Ashley interrupting here. I have decided after last night that actually I am going to give... Okay, Pippin. Okay. I am going to give Pippin... He's headbutting the camera. You're gonna pretend... Oh, no, we don't chew bookmarks. I am gonna give Marion 4 stars, 3.75 rounded up, because even though the writing style annoyed me a little bit, and like it was really first novel-y and it could have easily barely like just been fixed and would have been better for it, overall I really did enjoy myself, and I really liked the ending, and I liked the plotting, and I liked that I couldn't predict twists, and I liked what the story did with the retelling part of it. 3.75 rounded up. Bye. I do recommend this if it's something you're interested in. I am going to watch Psycho tomorrow as part of my movie marathon. I might do a double header because I watched This Is Spinal Tap. Actually, I started it last night and then I fell asleep halfway through. But I watched This Is Spinal Tap, and I'm doing them all in order. Then I watched The Sure Thing, which I've never seen before. I wasn't that impressed with that. Then I watched Stand By Me, which that movie hit so hard as an adult. Oh my God. The last time I saw it, I think I was in my early 20s. And that was the only time I saw it. Like early 20s. Maybe even like before I was 20. I don't remember when I watched it. No, it had to be early 20s. And as an adult, oh my God, I was so emotional the whole time. Holy shit, that movie slaps. I've never used that phrase before in my entire life. Then I watched Princess Bride. And then, as stated, I watched Ever After. Because I can't not watch Ever After. I knew every scene, every line. I love all of those actors. It's my favorite incarnation of Leonardo da Vinci. It's great. Not sure of the rating of this at all. We'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll have a final rating when I do my wrap up at the end of the month. Anyway, so that is what I have read. This is the stack. Also, I have one more thing to show you. A while back on Instagram, somebody posted, there's this company called Friday Afternoon Tea, and she did a partnership with Matt Dinneman to make Dungeon Crawler Carl tea. So I thought that I would unbox that for you. I've been waiting for it for a month and a half. It's called Defeat the Dungeon by Friday Tea. FridayTea.com is the website. It says the complete Dungeon Crawler Carl tea flight, 8 teas, 3 to 5 servings of each. They also sent me this complimentary tea that isn't a Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I'm excited to test it out. It's Japanese roasted green tea. So I do not remember that they told us what the teas were when I bought this, but I do not remember what they are. So let's see. Oh, that's so cute. Look at them. The little heart tissue paper, like his boxers. I've been sitting right next to me and the high pitched voice is really freaking him out. His ears are like, what's it? Airplane mode? Like that? Okay. So we have Dungeon Cardamom Carl. This is what it looks like. It says green tea, oolong, cardamom, black peppercorn. Interesting. Red heart sprinkles. Funny, funny, funny. Then I have Carl's Doomsday Senchario, green tea, pineapple, fireweed, lime peel, and yuzu peel. Interesting. Dungeon Oolong Christ's. Oh, sorry, not Christ. Anarchist, right? The Dungeon Oolong Christ's Cookbook. Roasted oolong tea, freeze-dried apple, black tea, rosemary, mallow flower, natural brandy flavoring, and pine smoke. Oh, it had me till pine smoke. I hope the smoky flavor isn't... I mean, that makes sense for if it's the dungeon, if it's named after the cookbook, but because he blows shit up. But I hate fake smoke, so we'll see if that tastes good or not. Gate of the Feral Gourds. Ingredients: yerba mate, fennel. Oh, I'm not a big fan of fennel. Spicy ginger, squash, ancho chili, red chili flake. I mean, these are all super funny, like the ingredients, if you know what the names are and what they refer to, but I don't know how they're going to taste. So hopefully they taste good. I hope there's a black tea in here. The Butcher's Matchanade. Oh, I love matcha. Oh, and I love white tea. This is a white tea. Ingredients: white tea, lemon myrtle, lavender, green tea, natural lemon and vanilla flavoring, vanilla oil, pink luster dust. Creepy. Not a huge fan of fake glitter, but I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, look, there's black tea in here. Okay, this is This Inevitable Rooibos. I don't know how to say that word. Rooibos, turmeric, orange blossom, serrano chili, natural vegan cream, and orange flavoring. Okay, then we've got a puerade. I don't know how to say that one either. Even though I love that tea, I don't know how to say it. I have a chocolate puer, whatever, in my pantry right now. I might have some. Puer tea, crystallized ginger sugar, green tea, lemon peel. Ooh, that actually sounds delicious. I'm gonna save this one for last. And then the last one is the Chai of the Bedlam Bride. Black tea, and it's a chai, of course. Cinnamon, cardamom, spicy ginger, star anise, pink peppercorn, raw sugar, coffee beans. Coffee beans in a tea? That's new. And then natural caramel flavoring. Okay, so actually these last two sound the best to me, so I'm gonna save them for last. I just thought that was fun, so I just thought I'd show you guys. Friday afternoon tea. I genuinely do not know how much footage I have for this. Don't know how long it's gonna take me to edit it. Hopefully I will get it up sometime tomorrow afternoon. And that this has been an entertaining video despite me forgetting to take my camera places and not filming footage and falling asleep and skipping days and not reading that much. Pippin's over there cooing. Everybody misses you. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Hey, right over here. Yeah, there's your pretty eyes. Oh, he smells so good. Do you guys just huff your cats? Oh, baby. He smells the best right behind his little armpit and on the top of his head. Yes. Oh, now he's got to scratch the ground because I embarrassed him. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. If you've made it to the end of this video and you don't have anything else to say about anything that went on here, although I'm sure there's a lot for people to be mad about or yell about or agree with me about, I don't know. But if you just don't want to say anything, then please leave me. Is there a twin emoji of like twin little girls? Am I making that up? I feel like there's a twin emoji. The two ladies with the bunny ears holding hands, do that. I know that they're an invention, the two little girls of the movie, but that was the first thing that popped into my mind. Peace out. Love you. Bye.